true. Because if you wash them, they don't last as long. If you don't wash them, they'll last outside of the fridge for a lot longer. Yeah, human nature, man. You know.
Have one hatch, we left it out so long.
No. They're cool, man. They're. Anyways, back to trading. So, as you start to develop your business, that's why some of you guys look. Some people lead the business with recruiting. Some people lead the business with sales. Okay, that's fine. Those of you, for example, that come from a sales background, door knocking, right? And you're leading with sales. That's why you got to keep the pipeline going. So eventually, now simultaneously, you're recruiting and prospecting people, right? But here's what happens. Some of you guys never give yourself that opportunity to go to the next level. You know why? Because you're inconsistent with the sales, because you're inconsistent with the door knocking and the prospecting. So then where's the overflow of money so I can invest in my business and recruiting some people? Oh, it's not there. Why is it not there? Because of my lack of discipline, not doing what was easy to do, but easier not to do. She'll tell you at any given point, man, I have 50 to 60 sold deals in the pipeline on the way to escrow. Now, in fairness, why did I have so many sold deals? Who could answer that? Because I was a big recruiter. I have the good fortune that I've got a recruiting background. But guess what I did? I did the basics. How many people have really already called 200 people to expose them to the business? Raise your hand if you have. I have. Raise your hand. Everybody on Zoom too. I want you to put a 1 in the chat since none of you guys have your camera on. Okay. There you go. Look at that. Matthew turns his camera on. I love it. All right. Put a number 1 in the chat for you guys if this is you. And the rest of you guys here, raise your hand. How many of you guys here have people on your list that you haven't called because you've been too chicken to call?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you for being honest. You know why? Because you care about what they think about you. You know, do you think a 3%er cares about what others think about them?
No.
That's a difference.
Yeah.
So everybody would love to be a 3%er, but then you're told what 3%ers do is like, oh, man, that's just wishful thinking. Who cares? What is the worst they're going to say? Dude, seriously, you're in the solar business? What a stupid decision. You're in the network market direct sales business? You're going to get scammed. I did Amway in 1980. That's a scam. Yeah, whatever the case may be. You know why? Because I want you guys to write these down. I learned this from Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki says this. There's a couple types of people. There's people that want to be right. Write that down. They want to be correct. They want to be right. And they'll actually they could achieve bad results or decent results. Why? Because they want to be right. Meaning they got a big ego. No, I'm always right. And then they have conflict with other people. And they're not very good people persons. Right? Then there's people that want to be right. Then there's people that want to be comfortable. Those are the ones that will achieve the least amount of success because they want to be comfortable. Success exists outside of the comfort zone. These people are dead in the water. Those that want to be comfortable. Then there's people that want to be liked. They will achieve. So the least level of success is people that want to be comfortable. Least level of success. Second least level of success is those that want to be liked. Those that want to be liked, you know why? Because as you start to grow in your business, some people, there's 2 seats available here, guys. Some people are not going to look at you the same. Some people are going to judge you. You're going to have less in common with those people. Man, I know some people that their political views changed. I'm not going to get into politics, but I will say this. There's some people that I know that their political views changed because their tax bracket changed. Seriously. Oh, you get above a certain amount, okay, of income, your political views will change. You'll learn politics more. I'm telling you. The people that want to be liked care too much about other people's opinions. People that want to be comfortable, they don't make the phone calls. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. They want to be comfortable. So that one's dead in the water. That's no shot. No shot. People that want to be liked care about other people's opinions. Oh, man, what's people going to think about me, man? I've already invited them to another business in the past. Ah, man, I'm going to look like a fool. They care about other people's opinions too much. As you start to grow and talk about goals, some of your friends are not going to have anything in common with you, right? They say, oh, you changed, man. Shoot, all you talk about is success and business and money. It's like, bro, like, what's up? Seriously. Because they don't have a plan, they don't have a vision, they don't see themselves going in that direction. They don't like you anymore. And you care that they like you. And that's a problem. I don't give a crap. Some of my friends, listen, some of my friends that were like legit friends of mine, they're acquaintances now. And like, I got love for them. If my friend's tire breaks down and I'm able to go, I'll go. Or I'll send my AAA. Right? I'll help them. I don't know. Somehow. I don't have any ill will. But here's one thing I learned a long time ago. If you're here with them, they're comfortable. When you start to do this, these people, very often, friends, family members, will get uncomfortable. They'll start looking at you different. Oh, you better believe it. Man, without getting into too much detail, not from my family, but from my wife's side of the family. There's some people that live in, I won't mention the city. They live in a particular city. They all live in that same city. That's not a city that I would like to live. Okay? They all live in that same city. They throw parties all the time. Like every month they have a party right there. They all live right there. They've been there their whole life. Their whole life. Okay? Don't take care of their health. None of that shit. Guess who they critique the most? My wife. So, but if you were still there, if you didn't drive the car that you drive, live in the house that you live, be as happy as you are, right? I guarantee you, they still come around. They don't invite her to stuff anymore. I said, that's supposed to happen. They don't like it. None of them are, girl cousins, right? None of them are happily married except for one. Out of it, right? There's a difference. That kind of stuff happens. And when we know and accept that kind of stuff is going to happen, then what's the fourth person? There's the ones that want to be comfortable, the ones that want to be liked. What was the other one? Be right. The ones that want to be right. So the ones that want to be right are the ones that they have a lot of conflict with other people. Then there's the one that wants to win. The one that wants to win says, you be right. No problem. You be comfortable. No problem. You want to be liked? No problem. I don't care if you don't like me. I'm still going to grow because I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me, doing it for my kids, for whoever it is that you're doing it for. And I'm okay if I'm not your cup of tea anymore. That's cool. But I'm going to win. So the guy that wants to be right, sure, bro, I'm not going to argue with you. You want to take the credit for it, you take the credit for it. I'm going to do what it takes to win. What's it take to win? That's what I'm going to do what it takes to win. That's who we want to be. The one who wants to win, not the one who wants to be comfortable, who wants to be right, who wants to be liked. The guy that wants to win says, those that don't like me, don't like me. That's okay. I don't care for comfort because success exists only outside of the comfort zone. So that's not me either, right? And I don't care to be right. You be right, I'll be rich. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's fine. Not going to have these petty arguments with you. You know why? Because that's energy. Energy is neither lost nor destroyed. It simply transferred from one person to the next. Okay? So I'm not going to engage in this stupidity. Like, man, I probably have over on Facebook, probably over 150 to 200 people blocked on Facebook. A lot of those people are people I grew up with. They would write stupid comments like, dude, out of jealousy, no bullshit. I have a guy recently, right? Wences and I know him for more than 10 years. Wences told me a couple months ago, I had to put this fool in his place, man. He made a stupid comment on my post. Like, we got nothing to do with him. Then he makes a comment on my post, right? So, yeah, you guys think you're going to build the biggest company in history or something like that. Yeah, right. Ha, ha, ha. Something like that, right? sour. Like, dude, I didn't even prospect. I didn't prospect. Like, I haven't even thought of this food. And then I wrote back to him and said, you know what, bro? I know what you wish for, and that's okay. And normally I would block you, but you know what? I'm not gonna block you because I want you to see all this shit. I'm gonna keep you unblocked, motherfucker. Then he said he was gonna go to our launch event, and I said, man, I'll put my hand on your chest. You ain't coming into my event. Then he sends me a screenshot that he registered to go to the event, right? And you know, he's not a threat or nothing. You know, he's a little guy and stuff. He now lives in Mexico, right? So I even made fun of him about that, right? It was a little bit petty, but I did. I said, bro, why you live in TJ, bro? Why you live in TJ? Is it too expensive to live on this side? That it's petty, but I did. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I'm not a perfect man. Nobody is, right? But that dude at one point was in my organization, and at one point we were cool. And guess what happened? There's been some changes over the years. Right? We're here. Over the years, these kind of things happen. And you better believe that these people, go ahead and switch. Go live somewhere else. Go live in a better city, in a better community, send your kids to a private school, drive a different car. You better believe some people are not going to like you. All of a sudden, they're going to find a reason not to like you. I'm telling you, dude. And you got to know ahead of time that kind of stuff is going to happen. Some of you guys may already know some people that come to mind. I'm sure this person is not going to treat me the same after that. That's just unfortunately, that's how it happens. But my point is this: the people that want to be liked, guess what? They're okay with it. Excuse me. The people that want to win, they're okay with it. I know that there's a part of it. So I'm going to lose some friends, and I'm going to get some new friends. The new friends that I have, the conversations are different, right? The goals are different. And it's cool. The sceneries are different.
Political views.
Huh? Political views are different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Whatever everybody's political views are, you know, of course, I am drawn to people that have similar values as I do, right? That's normal. Everybody is, right? So, anyways, that's so Mentor Factory. Everybody here is registered to Mentor Factory already?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Pete? You?
No, I'm thank you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
On Metro Factory, since you brought it up, because I just wrote it down. Can we invite somebody that's not part of BYLD, traditional door knocking? He admires how you build teams, or is it going to be like more just BYLD consultants? You know what I'm saying? Somebody from a different organization like Sky.
No. Yeah.
Invite them, right?
Yeah, invite them. Yeah,
because
sure.
they're going to get tons of value.
Yep.
Do you agree? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
took to my guy, or the guy that signed up, he's not officially even in the business yet, but he was so fired up that he signed up on the spot.
Yep.
So yeah, that's cool. Go to Mentor Factory, sign up.
Smart move.
So it'll be like a training.
Training.
So it'll be
Yes.
some stuff with BYLD.
It's good. Yeah, it'll be some stuff with Bill, but
But it's mostly
85% is going to be generic stuff that they could learn from sales to recruiting.
okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, good. So then
Yeah.
you're registered for that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's when your conviction goes up. Same thing with your customers, guys. Same thing with your recruits. When some of you guys aren't recruiting people, you know why? Because your conviction is not there. And some of you guys will get to a point one day, maybe in 6 months, maybe a year, maybe after Mentor Factory, where your conviction will be here, and you'll remember these words. You'll say, I know what JC was talking about. My conviction now recruits more people. When I talk to people, my posture is different because I believe bigger now than then. Because I made these decisions, and you'll be able to recruit more. I'm telling you. And people can sense it. People can sense when you believe in what you're doing and you know that you're going to the top. But it starts with basic stuff, right? Like, how many of you guys have written that? For example, how many of you guys want to get to the executive levels? Executive director in the direct sales comp plan, or executive? You guys know that there's executive levels in the BYLD or residual income, right? Starts at executive what? Executive 15. What does executive 15 make in the residual income?
50,000.
Right. Simple, right? So you got builder, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000. Those are the builders. Then when you get into the double-digit residuals are the executives. Executive 15, executive 25, 55, 100, and 250, right? So executive 15 is 15 G's a month residual. You imagine when you get to executive 15 or higher, and you're an executive director in the Encore complex. That's crazy. To be double exec. Then when you go to convention, you're gonna have your name tag and you're gonna have tags, right? Like let's say manager, builder 1000, et cetera, et cetera. It's gonna have a lot of, trust me, people are gonna be flexing with those. They're gonna be walking with a long list of these things. All these network marketing companies do it the same. My last company might have like a grip, you know what I mean? And it's a big flex. Like, let's say you're a contest winner. It's got contest winner for this. iPad winner. You guys know about the iPad promotion? iPad promotion winner. So the iPad promotion is every 2 weeks. We look at the top bills collected and the top sales made. So it's minimum 4 utility bills and 2 appointments every 2 weeks. So whoever has the most every 2 weeks wins an iPad, right? So there are people that have like iPad winners, right? Just because they're doing that, right? So it's really exciting and it's a flex. But when your conviction goes up because of your activities, because of your consistency, and one of the biggest killers is, guess what? Inactivity. Like we say this all the time. You're active, then you stop. You're active, then you stop. And you know what that is when you stop? You're sabotaging your business. You're sabotaging your business. Somebody finish this phrase. Successful people have a lot less what? Starts and stops. Yeah, close. Yeah, you guys had it. Unsuccessful people have a lot more start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It's not that hard, man. Here's what it's got to be. Your calendar has to be your boss. Some of you guys respected your old boss more than you respect yourself as a boss. Think of those words. Some of you guys, if your boss told you, Erica, you got to be here from 9 to 5. You'll be here from 9 to 5. Oh, but you got kids, 9 to 5. You figure out the kids stuff before 9 and after 5. Can we agree?
Yeah.
Doggone right. Then you got the opportunity to be your own boss. And you have less respect for yourself as a boss than for your old boss. Damn.
Oh.
See, you guys know how when I talk about teaching knowledge, I just taught myself that right now. I had never said that example, ever. In my 23 years in this industry, never used that example till right now. You get epiphanies, right, as you're talking. I was talking to my mom yesterday. We went to brunch, and I was talking about learn knowledge. I was teaching her the 4 types of knowledge on the way to brunch. And I was telling her about teaching knowledge. Like, yeah, when I teach, I learn. I get epiphanies as I'm teaching. Literally, it just happened right now in front of you guys. Because your calendar is your boss. Who sets your calendar? You do. Right? Nobody else does. This is 1099. You could go and do whatever you want. You could take the day off. Give yourself a week vacation if you want. That's your decision. We legally cannot tell you, here's just the schedule you must follow. We can say, here's the schedule we recommend you follow. But must, can't do that. So the situation is, hey, bro, you look extra big there, man.
Sorry.
Because there's a chair there, and then he's a big guy, and he's there. It's like, dude, looks intimidating, man.
I'm radiating the light.
Yeah, there you go. So write this down. My calendar is my boss, and you have to have. We've gone through this a lot of times. You have to have your DMO intact. You got to know where are you going to be on Monday. Where are you going to be on Friday? And everywhere in between. Saturday, Sundays, whatever days you work. Where are you going to be? And you got to stick to that doggone schedule. Like when you had a job. Who here has had a job, a traditional job, by show of hands? Okay. Just like 19? Okay.
When I was 19.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
only job.
Nice. So just like when you had a regular job, or like how most people have a regular job, you got to say, here's a schedule. For example, I'll give you guys an example. I make phone calls, whether from this office or from your home office or from Starbucks. Sometimes here's what I do. I just found a new place that's pretty cool. It's called the Coffee Code. It's, I think, Santa Fe Springs or Norwalk area. Okay. I was driving by after the gym. I kept seeing that building, the Coffee Code. Oh, looks cool. what I do sometimes is I don't really come to the office that much. Sometimes I feel like coming, I'll come for 3-4 days. Sometimes I just come here, then I go home. I work at home. But I don't like to just work. I like different sceneries, right? So I'll go to like a random coffee shop and I'll just work out of the coffee shop. So you see my computer there and I'm working on the computer. Then I'm outside in the parking lot making phone calls. When I'm done with those phone calls, I get back in there and I keep working on my computer. Then I go outside and make the phone calls. And I'm just doing my thing and I just need a focus, right? So let's say, for example, your job is, all right, let's say I'm full-time. JC, what's the script for calling realtors? This, okay, 9 to 12 calling realtors. 12 to 1, I'm going to lunch. Then the rest of the day, I'm going to the new homeowner list, to the door knocking or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to do this from Monday through Friday. And who's your boss? You are, and your calendar. You and your calendar are your boss. See, we just talked about 4 kinds of people. The person that wants to be comfortable. Would that person follow that plan?
No.
Person that wants to be liked? Probably not. Person that wants to be right? More likely than the rest. You know why? Because they want to be right. They want to win. They got an ego. That's the thing about the people that want to be right. They got an ego. But they limit their success because they clash too much with people. But they are also tend to be driven. You know, people that want to be right, they tend to be driven. Okay? So because they tend to be driven, they also clash with people. And I'm a little bit that way, but I used to be a lot that way. I used to be like that a lot. I don't clash with people as much anymore, but I used to be like that. So now that doesn't mean I don't do hard coaching. Some of you guys know I've gotten on your butt about not getting your act together, right? Dayon, Pete, David, you, even Erica.
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if I'm here every Monday.
Yeah.
Yep. And if it was exactly every Monday. Fucking Pete, you live down the street. I can see Pete. I can see your house from here. I can see this freaking house from here, dude.
Come on, please.
You put yourself in the spot, bro.
No, you know what? But you're right. You know, when you tell us the right thing, you know, you gotta be here. You know, you gotta be consistent. I mean, we brush it off, but we should do it because I mean, just hurting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, comes the time you say, "Damn, what am I doing?"
Right.
And that's when you get back and
I've been there.
You know, but
I have been in a place where I asked myself, what am I doing? I was in my 20s and I was at home and I remember thinking to myself, man, I'm a loser, dude. Literally, that's what I said to myself. Man, I'm a loser. What the hell am I doing? Just wasting time. And you know, when that happened multiple times in my life, multiple stages. It happened once when I was in real estate. I would go into the office and I wouldn't do shit at the office. And I remember, do you remember when I moved out of my mom's house at 18, I had some roommates that were older than me, 26 years old. I was 18. One of those name was Renee and Jose. We worked in the same real estate office. And Renee goes, hey, bro, in the office. He goes, hey, bro. I said, what? He goes, what do you do all day? I'm in my chair, one of like that. The special like, fuck you. What do you mean when I do all day at work? I'm like, no, you don't. No, you're just in the office. What do you do? Oh, that was brutal. But that's how men are, man. Men, you know, and they were roommates too. You know, I've become roommates with those guys. And I remember him, he's like, damn, this fool's right. And you know what it was too? That office, I didn't have guidance. They didn't tell me, here's a system that you should follow. Here's what you should do. They'd have sales meetings. Yeah, none of that stuff. I'm 18 years old trying to figure it out. This guy's a little bit older, right? He had a couple sales going on, but nobody in that office were crushing it. That's the environment. But there's people in this company that are crushing it. There's a system here that's happening. There's consistent trainings that are happening. There's live events and big events. You guys see the evidence. You guys remember, think about this. The energy that I have now is the same as the energy that I had when we had no sales and no people and no website and no back office. You remember, David? When we had no back office, no nothing. Was I still talking like this? Doggone right. My energy has never changed. Now there's evidence, a lot of evidence. You guys know, oh, by the way, somebody just closed a second commercial deal, 972 kilowatt system.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna share it today. 972 kilo. Robert Robledo, I don't know if he's on here. He closed the first one.
They get an issue with his one. I think he knocked off.
Oh, okay, got it.
We're still live.
So Robert closed the first official commercial solar sale. Give him a round of applause. It's like the 4-minute mile. The 4-minute mile. You guys know the story of the 4-minute mile? Guy, doctors used to say, oh, no human can run a 4-minute mile. Your heart will explode. That's what the scientists say. That's why I don't trust the science. Bullshit, trust the science. Anyways, not gonna get into that. It gets into political stuff, right? But scientists will say your heart will explode. Finally, one dude, Robert Bannister, boom, 4-minute mile.
Wasn't it Roger?
Roger Bannister. Yes. Thank you for correcting your upline. Your mentor. I'm just kidding.
I just want to win.
There you go. That was smooth. Hey, you could have told me in private, bro, the right name, okay? Just kidding. Doesn't matter. My ego isn't that big, bro. So Roger Bannister, right? Roger, right? Not Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah, that's right.
So Roger Bannister runs a 4-minute mile. Nobody in history had done that. Nobody in history had done that. As soon as he did that, right away, people started running 4-minute miles. Boom, 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 boom. Because some people showed that one guy showed that it was possible. Everybody starts to do it. Because people have a cap. It's like the story of a flea. You put a flea in a jar. A flea could jump 6 feet high. A flea could jump 6 feet high. They put a flea, 6 feet. They put a flea in a jar. And the flea kept jumping and hitting himself in the head, right? On the lid. Then eventually, they take the lid off. The flea would not jump past that height. Even though it could jump 6 feet high, it kept jumping the size of the jar. And that's how most people are in life. You guys, we all are capable of doing so much more. Like 10 times more than you've done. But you have been put like in a jar with a limit, your identity, your surroundings. Oh, other people around me aren't really doing that. Only very few little people are doing that. And you subconsciously think that's your limit. That's why you guys notice how that will connect the dot to think bigger, faster. You guys ever heard me say that? I hope that story helps connect the dot that you've heard me say so many times of you got to think bigger, faster. Then you got the 4-minute mile. Somebody runs a 4-minute mile, boom, all of a sudden, shoot. How long have we had commercial solar? A couple of months. Robert, last week or the week before last, closes the first commercial sale. The next week, the second commercial sale happens, 972 kilowatts. Right? But notice the difference between 3%ers. 3%ers have the same energy, whether they're up or down 10. They're going to fight to the end. I didn't mean to rhyme that, by the way. You saw there's no company last year, no company. When I barely told you about the name, wasn't I telling you that we're going to recruit a shit ton of people to do like that? Hell yeah. I don't need to see it in order to believe it. That's what average people say. Oh, I got to see it in order to believe it. You know what 3%ers say? I got to first believe it. Only that way I will see it. But how can you believe stuff that you never even wrote down, that you never even talk about, that you never even work towards? Let's be honest. You've got to work towards stuff. Write down where are you going to be by this time next year, man? Like, where are you going to be January 1st? How many people are going to have a mentor factory? Like, am I doing 3%er activities? Let's skip 10% and go to 3%. What if you aim to be a 3%er and you end up as a 10%er? That'd be good. Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, there's very few 10%ers here. I'm telling you. Because I know what a 10%er looks like. Most people in the company they're not even trying to go to 10%. They don't even have that in their goals to go to 10%. The first one is to be aware. Here's where I am. Here's where I need to go. What if you're aiming for 3% and you fall short and you end up at 10%? Now, here's what a 10%er does. A 10%er, they and their boss and their calendar is their boss. And they follow the agenda, the DMO, the daily method of operation. Tonight, you should write down what tomorrow looks like. You got to finish your day before you start it. Tonight, you got your notepad, leather bound notepad that you value. You put dates on it. That way you show your kids one day. Check this out, son. Check this out, daughter. This was me in 2024 when we were struggling. Look at the notes I would write down. Look at the goals I wrote down. You see that? I would put notes at days, dates, and times. I got notepads where on my birthday, I'm at a Super Saturday or I'm at a weekly training. I remember Secret? Remember I told you guys the story of the skincare?
Yeah.
That company. On my birthday, we're at a training in Irvine in the middle of the week. Are you gonna go to training? Of course we'll go to training. It's just my birthday. Not that damn special. Who gives a shit about my birthday? Till this day, I don't give a shit about my birthday. Like, cool, yeah, you want to give me a cake? Cool. It's not a big deal to me. It's not a big deal. I'll do more stuff for my kids and my wife than for even my wife. Babe, it's your birthday. Let me get you some nice, get you a cake, but we're grown men and women, right? Like, now, if it's once you hit 40, we'll do something for you, right? Once you get old like Lewis. He's 40. And I'll do something for you, you know what I mean? But right now, don't get me wrong. I do nice things for my wife on her birthday. We take her to dinner and give her flowers, all that jazz, of course, yeah. But for me, like and that's a little bit of a joke, but yes, I do nice things for my wife, like the dinner and all that stuff. For me, though, you don't need to get me anything. If I got my health, I got my kids, come give me a hug and a kiss, I'm straight. I'm good. I don't need to take the day off. I'm going to work. That makes me happy. Now, I might work less, right? Might take it more easy. Might have an old fashioned in the middle of the day on my birthday, right? But I'm still going to work. But you know what I find that's interesting? People that are not where they want to be financially, they make a big deal of their birthday. Okay. See or no? Yes or no?
It's true.
It's all right, they do. You know why? Because they're 60%ers and 27%ers. And that's what those people do. You look, I looked at a picture. I'm not a fan of him, but Mark Zuckerberg, whatever you pronounce it, right? Yeah. And I forgot some other billionaire, and they're dressed like so billionaires, and you see some guys that are broke, some fancy ass stuff. It's different, man. So I guess in closing now and going to goals for the week is you should strive, go for that 3%er. Work on your identity every day. And what you do or you don't do every single day is going to help shape your identity. Right? How many guys are starting to become aware of your identity? Yeah. How many guys like your current identity?
Nope. Like or don't love, right?
Yeah.
Like sounds good.
So you got to work on it. And guess what? When you get out on the field every day, when you're making those phone calls every day, when you're showing up to training every day, when you're putting discipline every day, you start to shape your identity and you start to become that person. And your self-confidence starts to go up. All these things start to simultaneously happen. When you stop stopping your momentum, that's sabotaging your business, that creates your identity. And your identity. For example, like I was looking for tournaments for my son yesterday, and I signed him up for a tournament on November 2nd. There's a couple of them that we have events going on. I'm like, damn, we can't go to that one because we got this. Damn, we can't go to that one because we got this. And I'm like, shoot, I wanted to get them one in October and one in November. So there's nothing in October for us to go because 2 dates were unavailable. So we got November. Then he showed me, oh, I got something on my wrist, Dad. So he's got like a little bump here, and it had a red line going down like through the vein. Turns out it's like the initial stages of staph, like a staph infection. Yeah, so it's not staph yet. So he was in the ER last night. Luckily, he's good. They say we identify what it is. He's got to take this, and but it's early. If it was staph, it's worse. It's not staph, but if you don't treat it, it will become staph, right? Anyways, I'm thinking, see, that's a good reason. He's going to be out of training for a week. To me and him, that's a big deal. Because we know whether in business or in sport, if you're in a competitive sport and you're out of commission, you're not training for a week, you better believe that it's going to take you 2-3 weeks to get back to where you were. It's just how it is. So guess what I'm going to do? We're gonna make it up by watching jujitsu and studying tape. That won't make up for the lack of doing it, but we're gonna try to not create such a big gap because he's competing in a month. So I don't know how long he'll be out. 1 week, maybe 2. I don't think it'll be more than 2. Hopefully just 1. It's already looking better after some of the medicine they gave. My point is this. I'm just ingrained like that where I don't want to stop, because when I started door knocking at 18 years old, they told me, we went door knocking 6 days a week. They told me, listen, every day that you miss, you add another 2 weeks on the field. Because you go door knock, you build a team, and eventually you get your own office and you got door knockers, right? You got to get to assistant manager, then manager. Well, here was what they put in our head. Every day that you miss on the field, you add 2 weeks to your time on the field. Every day that you miss door knocking, you add 2 weeks to your time on the field. Guess what we all thought? Hell no. We ain't adding another 2 weeks of this. So let's go through this tough time. And we would knock 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and 6 hours on Saturday. 6 days a week. That was the schedule. Again, why do I say that? Because, guys, some of you guys are saying I'm going to go knock 3 hours a day for 3 days, 9 hours a week. And you don't do that. Is that what a 10%er would do? No. You want to be a 3%er, you got to at least do what the 10%er does. Does that make sense? There's nobody here that if you door knock, and I am going to go a little bit extreme here, but it's doable because people do it, and I did it. If you door knocked 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, and you actually door knocked, so way you're not going to make $100,000 a year. And there's no way that you're not going to get good 10 times faster. There's no way. Now, I'm not going to say that that particular one is easy to do. No, that's hard to do. For sure. That's hard to do. But I mean, that's why when I see people that they set the bar so low, then on top of that, they don't hit that bar. That's crazy. Think about it. You're already setting the bar low here, but you know what it is? We have been around mediocre people with low ass bars all of our life. So we set the bar low. And we wonder why we're not. I shared on Instagram post the other day. Most people have no idea what it takes to win. They have no idea what it takes to win. The thing is that we tell you what it takes to win. And I see people like get motivated, get excited. They start doing, then I have a conversation with them sometimes. Yeah, JC, I know. This time, though, I'm going to do it. Then you see a little bit, then. And it's uncomfortable to have that conversation over and over, right? And it's uncomfortable for you guys to be here when I'm having these conversations, because some of you guys don't. There's like 3 of you that I've had conversations like that, at least here. 3 of you. And remember, time is either going to promote you or time is going to expose you. Some of you guys, man, are a couple of decisions away from being a manager by February, by March. Some of you guys are a couple of decisions away from being a director. Some of you guys are going to have a couple of forks in the road in the next 6 months that by the end of 2025, you're either going to be gone or you're going to be a director or executive director of the company. And it's so subtle, man. So a couple forks in the road, a couple of right decisions instead of left decisions, a couple of right decisions versus left decisions. One of them is mentor. But if you keep stacking good decisions daily, you cannot help but to win. You cannot help but to win. Every day is either, the Science of Getting Rich talks about, every day is either a successful day or an unsuccessful day. There's no in between. You have to ask yourself tonight, was today a successful day? How would you know if you don't know what a successful day is? How many phone calls does a successful day entail? How many door hours of prospecting does a successful day entail? Now, what if you get in the habit of every day, good day or bad day? Because you know what it is. How many phone calls, how many days of prospecting? And every day you keep going right. And you don't stop. Where are you going to be a year from now? Telling you, man, even if you're not a manager But what if you're closing a deal or two a month and your team is starting to grow? I'm not a manager yet, but I made 90 grand last year. Made 90 grand last year. Not a manager yet, but I'm on my way. I know the business. Now I got money to recruit, post some ads. I got money to recruit. I got money to hire a VA in the Philippines or in Colombia or in Mexico and pay them $500-600 a month to call 50 to 100 realtors for me a day. I'm in a good place. Does that make sense? That person isn't knocking it out the park. They're not even a manager yet. But they got momentum. They got some sales going on. They got their skills up. They got their confidence up. As they recruit a new person, that new person has the leads. Now you know, like today's training. Pete, great. Let's get together. I know you haven't had time to go through faster training. Let's get together. I'm going to do a faster training with you. We're going to make a list together. We're going to call that list together, get you some appointments because you're their mentor. Oh, you got a brother that has a home. Great. We're going to call him. Collect this bill. Oh, you got a sister. You know some people in the Chamber of Commerce. Great. Our goal, and what if Pete, let's say is Erica. What if Pete tells Erica, oh, I feel like I can get 3 bills for sure. Out of all the homeowners I know, I could get 3 bills for sure. And let's say she's a mentor because she's ready. She's been preparing herself. Is that a good place to be?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's a good place to be. Doggone right. Not only that, you're a good mentor, and other people know from other teams know that you're a good mentor. Guess what they start doing? Start tagging you. Hans gets tagged on a lot of deals. Obviously, Jabari does. You know why? Because they know these guys can close. So you think all the sales they're closing are just from their team? No. Good.
I just got an idea for a podcast. How do you like this? Don't blame change.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you have driven, not given.
Yep.
Don't blame change, right? Because what I wrote down is, what helped my confidence and belief click in? Well, the decision not to blame but change. Because if I find the way that's gonna be workable for me, right? Everybody's different, but we all gotta find a way to be consistent, to stick to our goals, weekly, monthly, etc.
Yep. I like it. And it's true. Don't blame change, right? I like it. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Any wins for the last week? Recruits, sales, go ahead.
Yeah, one sale on Saturday.
Tell us, huh?
It was a
Tell us about that sale.
29 kilowatt system.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's the biggest sale in the book so far. He's actually one of my clients. He bought a new home up in Spyglass in Whittier, and 6 members in the household, 2 Teslas, 3,000 square foot house. So, yeah.
How big is the system size?
29 kilowatts.
Bro, go ring the bell, dog. Go ring the bell. Nice. You ran a marathon yesterday?
A fool.
A full marathon, yeah.
Damn.
That's what you say.
You got a
Both
run
of you
partner.
run it?
I know. I don't know.
It was both of them, right?
Both of you?
Yeah, both
You ran
of
it
them,
too?
right? Yeah. First one, yeah.
Damn, no wonder she looks more tan. I was about to say, hey, Roxy's gonna get mad at Matthew coming in here with another girl and stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't even recognize her. That's cool. Yeah, I know it's true. It's true. All right, good. So, wow, and congrats on the marathon, both of you, huh?
Thanks.
Damn, that's awesome.
I wasn't gonna run it. It was her training the last this whole year. And literally Saturday morning came in and I was just, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go run it with you, you know? Yeah, I haven't trained, I just jumped straight into it. That's why I was like 3 months ago.
Just trying to make sure I stay away
Oh,
from it.
legs, crazy.
Yeah, the Norwalk would be your best bet if you can't find anything. I don't see why you wouldn't find anything in, there.
In Downey,
In Downey, I can't see why you wouldn't find anything there.
yeah, but everything I found was on the same level as Spring Hill.
JC, you're muted. You can't hear.
Oh, sorry. 7 hours?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, congrats. So Matthew just got I don't know if you guys heard, a 29 kilowatt system sale. So congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Any other wins?
Snatch up 2 bills.
Good.
Snatch up 2 bills.
2 bills, good. So when are you going to present them?
One on tomorrow, the other one on Thursday.
Perfect. I love it. Good.
I got an appointment today, an appointment on Wednesday, and plan on filling in like Tuesday and Thursday with some more appointments.
Okay, good, good.
I got a bill and I got an appointment set for tomorrow.
Very nice. Dayan?
I had one sit last week.
Mhm.
We're gonna follow it up this week to close it. And let's see. I got an PTO last week.
Nice.
So basically I kind of like really got like the in-depth look into like what happens at the very end, and like including like getting the monitoring started and everything, because I needed to help the client with all of that.
Mhm.
So I was like following all the emails with them. And also I rolled out an invitation to an office launch party. So that's this upcoming Sunday. So everybody's invited into Larry next Sunday at 6 o'clock, and Federico Villanueva is cooking. So we're gonna have
Nice.
like food and wine, and I'm inviting all my leads and friendlies and like business associates and like affiliates out of Tulare. So yeah, like this week I'm gonna be talking to at least 200 people as like follow-ups, either on the phone or in person. We got the flyers and everything.
And right now, since you're doing that event, it'll be a good day for you to, good time for you to go door knock.
Mhm.
And as you're finding people, if they don't give you the bill, hey, by the way, we're having something like
Right.
this. If I identify that he's a homeowner, right,
Right.
I would invite him, right? That's a good way. For example, I'm glad that he brought that up. And good job. I like how you're thinking. I was thinking the
Thanks.
other day, real estate agents and different people in different businesses do customer appreciation. I'm like, I got a bunch of customers, locals, right here in Southern California. So I'm gonna do a customer appreciation day as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up to any of you guys that have customers that you sold solar to, or security, or water. You can invite people. So we're gonna do it at the corporate office. This is gonna be probably in November. Okay, so we're gonna do it at the corporate office, and we're gonna have a taquero, and we're gonna have an Elvis impersonator. So think about it. A lot of these people that are homeowners, they like, I mean, who doesn't like Elvis, right? You know what I mean? So we're gonna get my buddy is an Elvis impersonator. He's a friend of mine for a long time. So I'm gonna get him to perform for us, and we're gonna have raffle, tacos, and Elvis. So to raffle off some cool stuff, I'm gonna raffle off some Royal Prestige knives. They got some really nice knives, right? So I'm gonna invite my customers, and guess what? What are we gonna ask of these customers?
Referrals.
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 Guess what? I'm also gonna offer them. They're already my customers. I'm gonna ask for referrals, and I'm gonna offer them the business. So about right. I'm gonna offer them, ask them for referrals, ask them if they have a home security system, water. We'll have some nice flyers. So we say, hey, these are our other solutions that we have. Right? Do you need it? You have any referrals? And by the way, if you ever consider making some side income, we've got a great opportunity. Does that make sense? So it's thinking outside the box. So anybody else has any wins they want to share?
I have possible water leaks.
Good.
that I got this morning from my mom, actually. I recruited my mom into the business.
Good.
I
Good.
had a talk with her over the weekend, and I just told her, so she has a lot of friends in her gym. And the guest from Saturday, I haven't told David yet, but he wants to meet up. We spoke to him after the event for a bit downstairs, and he wants to meet up because he was late. He was an hour late, so he
I
missed the
remember.
presentation.
Yep.
But the training that went on got him pumped.
Oh, good.
After the training, he was like, "Thanks for inviting me." He's like, "I needed that."
Good.
Yeah.
Telling you.
So
That's
that
good.
sold them, even though he
Yeah.
doesn't know about the money or anything yet. That sold them.
So if that's the case, get them to watch a business presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sent that to him already.
Good. Good. Perfect. Any-
Yeah, so I got a bill over the weekend. It's a $400 bill.
Nice.
From the tax person.
Yep.
And then we have an install today down.
Well,
Oh, nice.
$2.8 million house in Downey.
He called me this morning, as a matter of fact. I gotta call them. So it's getting installed now. Bro, you don't have a drone?
No, we're.
Johnny.
You could? Oh, bro, let's get, that's a badass house. You guys should go right now over there and start to record the before and after.
I know.
That's what I'm trying.
Okay, cool. Let's close it up. So this guy's going. We're gonna go. Let's win on 3. Let's win on 3. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go with it too. Let's win on 3. Come on, bring it in over here, marathon runners. What do you guys want? Running long, marathon, slow. Let's win on 3. Let's win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's win.
Let me call him real quick because he's calling me. Question. And I remember. I wonder if this was telling me the guy.
You gave it. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna see what JT has to say about for you a little bit before I head out there. I can get you.
You can get that from Jessica. I don't know. Jessica.
Really? Yeah.
We haven't talked to Zach. Zach's gone.
Yeah, okay. I need to find a way.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take off.
So we're gonna do some calls.
Well, I just got back and, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's do something.
Yeah.
You start to exercise that.
Oh, yeah.
I had leads, so we can call.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to sit? You want to sit in the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll call the rest. I was like,
Let's go sit in the kitchen. How much time have you got?
because he has an add-on.
Okay, perfect. Let me call Jessica quickly, and then I'm gonna hang up. I'm having a meeting here. Bye, guys.
Yes.
And
Later, guys.